Alfie in Lambeth. Good evening.
Hello, hi there. Yes, I wanted to ask a question. I have a elderly mother, and she has one of those falls alarms that's attached to her wrist. And sadly, she was in hospital, and then she came out of hospital, and 3 times she fell, and the alarm didn't go off. And I just wondered, I have approached the company, but I didn't want to go into too much detail with them at this point because I wasn't sure whether I should take it further legally. She's now in a situation, sadly, where she's actually become immobile, and she was sort of on the floor for like a really long time because obviously the falls alarm didn't activate.
I'm sorry. If the alarm had activated, would she be okay? Because it's not necessarily was it the fall that caused her current difficulties, or was it the delay in someone rescuing her that caused the difficulties?
I guess definitively I probably couldn't say, but she fell at 2 a.m. and she wasn't found until 7. And
I'm sorry, that's horrible.
Yeah, and she wasn't able to because she'd fallen on the alarm. She couldn't press the alarm either. So we were relying on the fact that if she fell, it would activate, and then somebody sort of comes online and says, "Are you okay?" And she will either say yes or no.
Do you know, Alfie, what the problem was? Was it that the alarm didn't trigger, or was it that the monitoring service didn't phone?
I think it didn't trigger.
Right, and that was each of the 3 times this has happened?
Yes, I have slightly more of a lenient attitude for the first 2 times because I think that might have been more of a sort of slow slip as opposed to a fall. But the 3rd time was an actual fall.
Has the wrist alarm been sent back to the company to look at and work out why it didn't trigger?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. Because a lot's going to depend on the reason why it didn't trigger. If there was a manufacturing defect, a design flaw, manufacturing error, then you could have a claim for product liability, or your mum could have a claim for product liability or negligence against the manufacturer. Mm-hmm. If the battery hadn't been replaced, arguably that might be your mother's fault, not the manufacturer's fault.
Yes, I know that it works because if you press it, then somebody will answer.
So it's not a battery issue?
No.
So without knowing why it didn't work, Alfie, and I'm sorry to sound a bit useless, I can't really tell you what your claim would be. All I can tell you is that if there was a manufacturing error in it, so that it doesn't automatically pick up when someone's falling, albeit it'll send a signal when someone presses the alarm, then there is a potential claim there for product liability against the manufacturer of defective products. And that's under the Consumer Protection Act.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
But as I said when we started talking, your mum would have to show, and again, I don't know what the answer to this is, I'm just raising it as an issue. Your mum would have to show that her difficulties now were not because of the fall itself, but because of the delay in someone coming out to her for 5 hours. And that may be straightforward. It may not be straightforward. I don't know.
Yeah.
All I can say, Alfie, is that she's lucky to have a daughter like you who clearly cares for her and looks after her and worries about her.